Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Yelonda Harvey. My action research title is, If You Ask Me, Using Student Voices to Enhance Instructional Delivery. Have you ever wondered, as a teacher, how many students are learning or being able to retain the information you're teaching? Think about that. If you ask me, so did I. I constantly wonder and reflect on my role as a teacher to ensure instruction is purposeful, interesting, and fun. Now, sometimes I must admit it would be teacher directed, where I'm just standing in front of the students and just teaching right in front of the classroom. However, I still want to keep it in the back of my mind, are the kids are really learning or retaining the information? So my research question is, according to their perceptions, which instructional strategies have the most positive impact on the academic progress of the students? Methodology. The study was conducted at a Title I school in Ward 7, and at that time I sent out a questionnaire that was administered to at least 25 students. 5th grade is which I teach, 5th grade science, and heterogeneously. So the rationale. I have initial observation of my students being high and bright, energetic, and non-traditional students. So as I recall moving through the year, I realized I'd no longer be able to teach my students with only teacher-directed and small group activities. So after several classroom experiments, I received full participation from my students. Few distractions with students falling asleep, when we are all familiar with that, right? Behavior concerns, and students that were able to rephrase what the claim was, the evidence and reasoning for the experiments. So as a result, I began to watch more closely and to actually use various students to use the process of remembering the information in class. So this is what the drive as to why I thought about doing the survey, as to get more feedback from the students. So after using Google Docs to gather results of about 10 questions, I focused on a few of the different modalities: independent, partners, small group, and teacher-directed. So the driving question for the survey was, what would you like to learn and how do they learn best? So as the results I have highlighted, some of the responses they had to the left, you can see is teacher stands in front, participates in experiments, work in small groups, work by myself, and work with a partner. So I highlighted a few of the strongest areas that the students kind of focused on. So what I did notice too with the results, I was very surprised. Most of the students enjoyed working with me, surprisingly. So it was 23% teacher-directed, 29% the students worked in small groups, and 27% of most of them worked with their partners. So in addition to the survey, where students should select multiple responses, however, the last question was a short response. So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna show you these. So these are actually what was generated from the Google Docs, what the students like best. And as you can see, the most of the population there is the students the students like what the teacher enjoy standing in front of the class, and also the 28% like working with a partner, and then 22% were like working in experiments with small groups. Okay, another graph showing what the students like, what they learn better when they actually, again, just assimilate the same, just a different way of asking the question, but it's pretty much, you can see that the results were pretty similar. And this one here, what they wish the teacher would do more of, allow the teacher would allow the students to work with a partner. It's 48%, almost 49%. So in addition, I had a Likert survey that I also did when the students, what they would lose interest when they participate in experiments. So you can see that. Never, most of the students agreed that they do not lose interest when they participate in experiments. Interest loss in working with small groups. And then, of course, when they're working by themselves. Now, what is interesting also, I had the last question. I had what words did you look at this word cloud? It says the responses for this particular question, where they had to fill in the blanks. My favorite way to learn, and then they fill that in, and then give me a reason why they like to learn it that way. What words do you notice that are the largest, large print? Anybody? What large prints do you notice? Work. What else? Learn. Understand. Partner. Right? Way. Okay? So those words also stood out with me. Learn. Favorite. Partner. Way. Work. So I'm going to read some of the responses that the students wrote. When I work by myself, because I try to show off when I'm with friends, so that was something that we all can relate to with the kids. To work with a partner or a small group because it helps me and others to be focused. Another student wrote, working in small groups because you don't have to worry about somebody interrupting the class. So I was, again, very surprised in the students and being able to really vocalize what they were feeling and what their thoughts were. Okay. So in conclusion, the purpose of my action research was not only to find out from the students how they like to learn and why they like to learn. So what? I wonder if I would have received different responses if it was a different subject matter or there's different groups of students. Okay. So why is this research was important? We can possibly look at the school survey and give as opposed to a systems survey. So the students being able to feel like their voice is being heard, and actually for me to respond to that really empowered them as well, and they were more accountable for their learning, and then also it established a better relationship with myself and my students.